Alright guys, thank you so much for jumping in. It'll be kind of a quiet one, as I've got family that are asleep. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get this started. I'm already out here on the internet, online in Red Dead, so it's a little bit busy. Let's see. Let's go ahead and jump into... I'll jump into stream chat, and it sounds like we'll have Mr. No Logic joining us as well. Alright, where are the cherries? Ah, cool. Alright, hey, there you are. See you in the chat there. Once you jump into general chat, I'll move you over into stream chat, and we'll be good to go. We're close to a place where a lot of the trader missions end, so lots of gunfire nearby. Alright, so we did finally hit level 10 in trader. Been doing some solo work to get that rank up, so we have the hunting wagon, which, I mean, it's not super exciting, but it makes the role a little more interesting when you're actually playing it, because you don't have to just grab one like I have here and drag one behind you. You can load up 5 cartridges in it. Let's take another look at chat here. Yeah, if you want to go into general voice, I can move you over into the in-game or stream chat, and should be good to go. Let's see what we can find out here. For those of us on the West Coast, it is going to be New Year's in about 2 minutes. 2020. Weird to, I don't know, other than the explosions going on outside, I'm not doing really anything exciting for New Year's, except that I have tomorrow off, which is extremely exciting to me. Birdflock, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. Alright, you're in there. Oh, come on. I love when... If I can hit the right button, we'd be good to go. There we go.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
I got the Diet Coke, man.
Sounds good to me.
I'm about to I'm about to crack that open as soon as it hits 12. First Diet Coke of the 2020.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I need to grab myself a glass. It'll be just about 30 seconds.
Yep, same. I got mine. Alright, man.
Alright, I'm back. It turns out I've just got like a glass worth left in the bottle, so I'll just grab the whole bottle. Gotta celebrate a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Survived another year.
Yep, I don't partake in the communal underage drinking, so this is as far as I get.
I mean, I've got stuff in the cabinets. I've got rum, I've got some whiskey, but yeah, I mean, whiskey would fit the game. But other than that, I don't know. It's pretty strong.
I hear some, what is it, like rum and coke or something like that?
Rum and coke's a popular one. Blackberry brandy and Dr. Pepper is another popular one.
Hit 12. I'm pouring one out.
Oh, unfortunately, I don't have enough fizz left in this bottle. Darn.
What's your preferred flavor?
Preferred what?
Flavor.
Of Diet Coke?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just the regular stuff. Silver and red bottle.
Yeah, I actually learned that there was... So you know how there's the cherry Coke?
Yeah.
There's actually 2 different versions of cherry Coke.
I don't know what it is about cherry. When you start adding other flavors to it, I just don't enjoy it as much. But
I love cherry Coke.
I grew up on this stuff, so it doesn't surprise me that I drink way too much of it.
Yeah, same. Same actually.
I used to have cans all the time, which was good in a sense because you could kind of moderate how much you were having because it's 12 ounces at a time. Yeah. But it's not cost effective, and really it didn't do the job because then I just had more than one can.
Yeah.
Oh, those are some nice fireworks. I can see them through the trees over here.
I can hear them. I can hear mine. How about yours? I'm
Back
over here. But there's two different versions of the cherry, and I only noticed this because my mom ordered the wrong one. There's Fiesta cherry, or Festi cherry, or whatever, and then there's Feisty cherry, and the Feisty cherry one has chili in it.
Oh, wow.
Actually, it was pretty good. But then again, I'm part Hispanic, so it's like, eh.
That helps.
Yeah.
I had a lady, that super nice lady that used to work at the place that well, at least worked there last I was there, but the place I used to work at, she brought in this frosted drink that had chilies in it, and really nice of her to do. Honestly, I felt bad because I could only get partway through it. It's just not a flavor I'm
Wait,
accustomed
did it have,
to.
was it like ice and chamoy and...
Sounds right. She told me when she brought it in, but honestly, I couldn't tell you. But yeah, it was just one of those. Like, okay, I choked through as much of it as I could through my entire shift, but I just couldn't do it.
Oh my god, I swear. I thought I heard someone tapping my window. I was about to grab my box cutter and go at it. Turns out all I could do fireworks behind me.
Yeah, that's what I need. I have some crazy stuff going on in the middle of your night on stream, and I'm the one who gets in trouble for it.
Yeah. Nah.
Ultimately, only thing that matters is that you're good to go.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's really close to me. I wonder if there's actually ever been a case where fireworks lit up and like a spark managed to hit the ground and light up.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I swear I thought I heard a tap on my window because it was like ticking, and I was like, there's been like recently, like RVs or whatever, and like this park or whatever, and stayed there for days, and like pretty sure they're selling drugs out of it, and like they have like random stuff that you wouldn't expect them to have considering the way that they live. Sounds bad, I know, like privilege, but no, it uses the RVs aren't even like good. They're running down and like they leave their trash out. Like when they leave their trash on the street and bounce.
Yeah. Hey Luis, welcome to the stream. Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you're having a wonderful time. Whether you're enjoying it or just relaxing, you're up and you're here, so that's what matters.
Yeah.
Really hoping I don't wake up my wife and the kids. They're trying to enjoy some rest.
You're about to kick off the new year by getting a sculling at?
Yeah, I don't need to start off the year already causing problems in family.
Yeah. So you don't have work tomorrow?
No work tomorrow, which is fantastic.
Yep.
That is one reason that I knew about when I changed jobs, but never really fully understood, because every place I've worked at in the past, not every place, but just about every place, if it's a holiday, that means I'm working extra time, so...
Yeah.
Sounds like someone's firing right outside your window.
Actually, there have been a few cases where there's gunshots. In fact, actually, before we officially moved into our new house, a guy got shot and killed.
Wow.
About 1 block away from us.
That's too close.
I saw fireworks.
Yeah, I'm sure you did see fireworks.
It was so big. You went,
Yeah, come back and go to that. Go back to your book or whatever, please. Okay. They're outside that window.
Oh, there we go.
Outside that window and hurry.
oh, shoot. Dang.
Oh, I missed.
Alright, go. I'm sure you can see him outside the
I can only see the light
in the kitchen.
Anymore over here. I can't see him from my window.
Go see him in the kitchen. You can see him out the glass in the kitchen perfectly.
Oh my god, you're right.
Close the door.
Fireworks.
Sorry for that.
That's alright. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, so the fact that I was shot and killed a block away, so it was not, wouldn't surprise me if they were gunshots. 7 2 cases are gunshots.
And I grew up in an area that's completely different. I mean, the gunshots didn't really make anyone too concerned because we lived all around forest land, and that's what people did. They went out and...
Oh yeah, gunshots didn't really, they like don't really phase. As per se, because I lived in the ghetto.
That's a
my
little
entire
bit different reason. That's I would still be concerned with that.
life. My dad's from Mexico and he came to U.S. Initially some sketchy ways, but some problems arose that gave my dad legality to file for citizenship because of something that happened when he was in the U.S.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, there was this. You want to hear the story? It's a pretty interesting one. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, I was asking if you want to hear the story.
Oh, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
My dad. So there was this. So basically, the way it worked is where we lived. It was basically like it was one road that went in. You had apartments in front of you, and then a few houses on each side. And then you had to do like you had to loop around, or like do like a U-E on the road to like go back, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was this one, like hippie gangster type guy. This one night, and he was like blasted drunk out of his mind. And my dad was drinking with one of his buddies, and like I was like 2 at the time, whatever. And my mom was there, and like basically all the guys were, drinking, having fun because it was like Friday or whatever. And the guy was like being like a real jackass and like burning out and cussing and crap. So what my dad did was he grabbed him, he slammed him against his car, and then he did a few threats at him and told him if he ever came back that he would kick his ass. And he shoved him back in his car, and the guy peeled off. Then the guy came back with some of his gangster hippie buddies, and then it became an all-out war because, it's kind of like a Mexican gun on a Mexican's back. So as soon as they came out and started like doing some stuff, all of them just flew out of apartments and everything. It came out like a little war.
That's crazy.
Then you had like my mom was there, and then there was like these girls that came with them or whatever, and they were picking fights with my mom, and my mom just she was fighting. And basically my mom has stopped my dad because like the gangster guys are bringing out belts and stuff and whipping, and my dad, he was working on something, and he had his tools, and he had
Welcome,
high
William.
powered
Great to have you here in
gun,
the stream.
and he was going straight for the nail gun. My mom had to stop him from grabbing the nail gun.
Jeez, that's way more excitement than anyone deserves to go through.
And after my mom took it away from him, they just went back out like hand-on-hand combat. And my dad, like they managed, like chaos. They managed to grab my dad, whatever, and they grabbed their belts and they whipped him, and they caused a humongous scar gash in the back of his back, or on his back. And it was roughly around that time where the entire neighborhood was on lockdown, and there was like 10 police cars completely blocking off the entire entrance and exit of the like where we lived, and it was all the police with their rifles out, and they were like it was like some sort of takedown stuff, and like all of them were on the ground, and you had like 3 dozen my dad's friends or whatever, and him lined up, and they took him most on in the same.
Hey, I'm good, William. Great to have you here. How are you doing?
Reports and stuff. And because it happened on U.S. soil or whatever, and it was thankfully fall to the U.S., etc., he was able to file for like, I guess, some sort of like a right of citizenship.
Huh. It's definitely a unique way of that all taking place. I've never heard of a situation quite like that.
And
I mean, I'm sure it happens quite a bit, but it just not one of those things that you think of.
One of the women, I was actually there trying to sleep with my Winnie the Pooh blanket, and the chair I was on, sleeping on, was like right in front of the door. And like the girls were like coming up to like the stairs, and my mom was like, "Oh hell no!" And because like Mama had like the high ground, she grabbed one of the girls by the hair and lodged her back down the cement and broke her leg.
Jeez.
I guess you don't mess with a mom bear. I guess.
No, not at all.
And that like startled the hell out of her friend, and like afterwards everything went down. Like that same girl had to like walk past our house, like get to the apartments that she lived in, and every single time like she was on crutches. And when she walked by, my mom would look at her and it would startle, and she would like speed crutch whatever.
Well, I guess despite the injuries, I'm glad that it ultimately seems to have worked out better. I mean, at least there's been some advantage to it, I suppose. Not the way anyone should have to go through to get that, though. Yeah, well, welcome to the stream there, William. Great to have you here. Long time since I've seen you, but then again, it's been a long time since I've consistently streamed, so that's on me. Happy New Year, though.
One of the 15 million small ones coming around it.
Yeah. So you can go launch in the kitchen.
If you guys are familiar with the Discord server, you'll probably recognize Mr. No Logic. He's been very active in the server and is with us here on voice chat. Also enjoying the festivities of the fireworks outside.
Yeah. Man,
This snow in the game is really interesting, and it actually gave me a chance to use some of the heavier equipment without roasting my character out. But I like the look of the coat.
Yeah, the snow in the Red Dead Redemption is pretty cool.
It looks pretty good. I mean, on the ground it looks nice and everything. This is out in the desert, so it's not too bad, but it's kind of annoying because it snows and then it gets too cold and your character has to wear warmer clothes. It's negative 13 degrees Celsius, so I don't know what that equates to, like 10 degrees, 20 degrees?
You spend your more time in your menus and everything.
Yeah, well, that's definitely true. Let's see, let me go ahead and close my Discord now. There we go. What's that?
Riveting stories with no logic.
I need to adjust my volume again. I can't quite. I've got the sound of the wind in the game. It's overshouting me a little bit. There we go. That should do it. It's interesting. If you hold still too long, your character and your horse and everything gets covered in the snow. Even more so than you already are.
Maybe a little too good. I do like the fact that Red Dead Redemption has like good weather, like stuff and everything like that. You know, stuff. You know, GTA 5. The snow. The snow is quite static.
Yeah. I'm so tired of it doing that. I need that to
I
move
should
to a
really
different
save
spot.
this in case anything happens. Yeah. Currently working on my history honors project.
That sounds awful.
It is.
A good alternative would be to, if you had the game, I'd say you should jump on.
Not 50% off yet.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It came close. I think I've seen 30%. Not
Yeah,
quite
30.
close, but it's not bad.
Yeah, but like $40 still.
True.
Oh.
Yeah, my neighbors across the way here, at least in the street across from, like one block over, is firing stuff off pretty consistently.
Yeah.
There you are.
It's a good chance that someone, you know, people are like, oh, that looks like they've got ammunition going for at least an hour or two.
I hate it when they duck at the very last second. Of course, there's no way I can stop firing once I've already started.
Is there, like, damage skill tree or whatever?
Damage what?
In the game? Like a skill tree or like huntsman skill tree or...
Kind of. It's more of a, there's different roles that you can play, and as you're doing them, you level those up, and they can unlock abilities that'll help you out a little better. So there's the trader, which is kind of what we're working on now, which is really more of a hunter, and then you donate those to your camp, and then the person in the camp creates the goods, and you sell those to other people, not other people, but other NPCs, and you make money off of that. And actually, I can bring those up under progress, roles. Here's there's 4 right now. I haven't done the Moonshiner one because it requires 25 gold. I finally have 28 gold. I don't really want to spend it all on that when I've heard mixed reviews on mixed thoughts on Moonshiner. But Trader, Bounty Hunter, and Collector are the 3 that I do, and I've got 11 on Trader, 7 on Bounty Hunter, and then 9 on Collector.
Yeah. We're about to do some moonshining.
It's a thing. You get your own property and everything else, so it's tempting to do. And I think at some point I will do it. I did end up spending money on this game, which is the first game I've done this with. Even Grand Theft Auto, all the years I've played it, never paid for in-game currency for anything. But this Outlaw Pass, I went ahead and did it. It only cost enough to get up to the right amount of gold. And now I'm at rank 46, and so I'm getting bonus experience points and unlocking all of this stuff as I go. So I've got a bunch of extra stuff that I didn't have before. And it's helped out with the bonus XP and some pretty cool stuff. And you get gold bars back, so that's where I've probably made at least 20 gold bars back just by leveling that up. So it kind of pays for itself.
I spent some money in GTA Online. But generally, whenever I do spend money in online, I make sure, because generally it's like upgrade my businesses, so I could only put that money towards the businesses side, so I can accumulate more money over time.
Yeah.
Investment type thing.
I never really got into the businesses on GTA Online. It's just when you're playing solo, it's not really as much fun.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You and me, bro. I have a heist already, okay? I got a casino heist. It's perfect for you because it's like the aggressive approach, so you can't really mess up, okay?
Thanks.
Even if you want to. I got you, okay? Like...
Oh, hey, I got a notification. What was that? I'm on the wrong screen here. A few seconds ago, Death to Gods has followed. Thank you, has followed. I'm assuming that's subscription, but that's a weird way of wording it. Has followed. Well, thank you.
Like on Twitch.
Thank you so much for doing that. Yeah, I'm not streaming to Twitch that I know of, but great to have you here. Thank you so much, and hope you're having a wonderful New Year's. Looks like we're at about 7 or so people in the chat, watching the stream. Hey Monkey, welcome to the stream. I'm sorry guys, I just noticed that YouTube was not updating all of the chat there. Monkey, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here as well. Nice of it to selectively tell me things. Oh, my stamina has dropped. It's probably because it's so cold out there. Let's see.
No, everything's delayed on the stream.
And Death to Gods, what am I doing here right now? I'm just kind of a relaxed, casual stream, doing some hunting, and trying to build up the supply in my camp. With this wagon, it has helped tremendously to do that, because you can, instead of a maximum of 2 carcasses, you can have up to 5, and you can stock up on as many hides as you want, any of the skins, so not too bad. I have found that this new Austin area, especially out here in Gaptooth Ridge and that area, it's one of the best areas to do the hunting, although the snow makes it more difficult. But there's a lot more animals out here consistently than what I find in other areas.
Does your cart ever break down?
No, but you can break it if you run it into stuff too much. Or drop it off a cliff, which happens. You don't fall off of the wagon nearly as much as you do the horse, though. William, my day's been pretty good. I got told I was nice, actually. I was able to get off work about an hour early, the office said, hey, we're heading out. You don't need to stick around any longer, so go ahead and enjoy the rest of your day. It's like, yeah, I don't have to tell me twice.
My parents got out at like almost. Well, they got out at probably like around 2, whatever, because they live in the county over, and they work at the county over. So it's they got here around like 5 till 3.
Whoa,
And
big boom. Another big boom. And
oh,
another
yeah,
one.
I'm hearing this. And they usually arrive at the house by like 5. Like, you know, they got out pretty early, and they also have a day off tomorrow, which for me doesn't change much, because it's just relaxing. My mom's gonna make a pozole, and basically just, I guess Saturday or whatever, just a bunch of relaxing. I'm just gonna continue on with my video games. You gonna stop me?
Death to Gods. Yeah, you put your camp there, but do you think the snow is messing it up? Yeah, I'm noticing that it doesn't feel the same today as it was, and it could be semi-realistic that snow hits like this in a desert and the animals don't want to come out. I mean, it's possible, but with the way this game has kind of been for animal spawns and stuff, I wouldn't put it past them to have maybe tweaked a few things along the way to decrease the spawn. And as far as the camp, that's an ongoing issue where half the time I can't get a camp to spawn at all. Other times it pulls my camp, like he'll pack it up and it's gone, and then I have to pay to reset it up, which is stupid. I never told you to pack it up, so why am I paying to have it set up again in the same area? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But that's just the way the game has been, and there's been a lot of feedback on that. That's one of the main complaints, I think, is the camp. That, and of course, the disconnecting from Rockstar.
Alright, I like the snow when it was Christmas. It's no longer Christmas. Snow has no business being in GTA Online or Red Dead Redemption Online anymore.
Well, and what was it? For a while, it wasn't snowing in this game. It snowed for a little bit. Maybe it was around Christmas, but then it went away, and now it's back. I don't know what that's about.
Well, for GTA 5 Online, it was like snowing for like a week until Christmas, and then after Christmas, it stopped, and it stayed like that for a day or 2, and then started back up today.
Interesting.
And that's how they had it set, because that's the scheduling for at least GTA.
It's probably the same for this one. Death to Gods, just out of curiosity, since you do play this, what's your rank, and are you playing now? That's another good question, since I'm out here wandering around in the desert by myself in the snow with absolutely no stamina left. It has...
Save me.
yeah, I can't move. Pick me up. I don't know what's it's got to be just the weather that's draining that. I've got good clothing and stuff, but I mean, clothing's only going to do so much in this kind of weather.
I hate the snow afterwards, at least, because I appreciate it during Christmas. I less appreciate it now that it isn't Christmas, like I said, because at least, so you know the way how MC businesses work.
Yeah, I mean, to some degree. I think it's pretty similar to what they did with the businesses and what they're doing with the businesses in this game.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of different ways when you go to sell your product. So you sell, sometimes it's on motorcycles, they drop it off. Sometimes you're basically the UPS guy, and you have to drop off 5 packages in this really slow van or whatever. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if the Rockstar hates me or whatever.
Yeah.
But recently, whenever I sell my product, I get the one with the planes. And usually, I love that one because it's super quick, and all I need to do is really fly low, so the cops don't detect me. But in the snow, once you've gone out a certain point in the water, because you use seaplanes, and you drop the packages off at these locations where boats are in the sea. And I stay low. And once you've gone a certain amount into the water, your visibility is 0, and basically because every time like there's location, it has a constant flare going off. So there's like a smoke signal, and it's red, but it's so invisible that you can only really see the flare once you're like somewhat really close to it. And basically, it's whenever I do that, and it's in the snow.
45,
it's
awesome. I'm
me
actually really
staring
close to
at my
that as well.
radar, me staring at like the bottom of my seaplane to see how far I am till hitting the water, and looking in front of me just to see if I can spot the flare. Literally, finally used for the flare. The worst thing ever.
Oh, it's nice to know at least there is a use for the flare. Yeah, so I'm ranked 46 on the Outlaw Pass, and for this one, take a quick look here, 36. So
I kind of want to get Red Dead Online, but I am Red Dead. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think you'd enjoy it. I mean, since you're actively playing Grand Theft Auto 5 or Grand Theft Auto Online, that makes it a little tougher to want to jump. But I think you'd enjoy it. I mean, there's enough action going on, and especially if you can get other people online. I did set up a persistent, let's see, essentially a crew, but for this game it's posse. So I've got that set up, Outlaws and Outsiders, all by myself right now, but I haven't actually had anyone else in it yet.
Don't get me into this, Cal. Don't get me into it.
Oh, you should do it. I mean, if you do it, I mean, you've got, at least you already know someone who's playing it.
Yeah.
I actually talked to a guy that owns one of the businesses there where I work, and he just bought the game because I've been talking about it. So he's got it now and started playing the single player, went through the tutorial for online just so he was familiar with it. We haven't had the chance to play together yet because he works early in the morning. I don't usually play until later on at night, so it's a tough balance. But I mean, he's enjoying it already. He's spent hours just having fun with the character creation, for example. Let's see.
Yeah, $48. Okay, that's still expensive.
And Death Gods, you've had the game since it came out. You didn't like it until now. Yeah, I'm glad that they finally started releasing some of those, like the roles. That seems like the biggest benefit to the game, because otherwise you didn't have a reason to go out hunting. But hunting is kind of one of the main parts of the game, from what I've seen. There's missions and there's stuff like that, but it didn't really catch my eye as much. I do have it for the Xbox the Xbox One. Got that one 3 or 4 months ago. But getting this for the PC, I never thought I was going to buy a second copy of it, but here we are.
Yeah, it's only 20%. It only just recently got released on Steam. I don't know how it's already the bestseller 2019.
That's surprising. Yeah, I mean, it came out December or something. It came out in November, I think, for the other services like Rockstar Social Club and everything. Okay, so where are we at? We've got a decent start to our wagon. What do we have in there so far? We've got 3 carcasses, so I can carry 2 more of the large ones. It'd be nice if I could have my horse follow me as well, but it will not let you do it. You can do it when you're riding other wagons, but not this one. Kind of weird. Oh, you're on PS4? Okay. Yeah, I know it's been out for PS4 and Xbox One for about a little over a year. So I know there's some people that have way more time in this game than I do. I only played the single player on the Xbox, but I got it for the PC strictly for the online play. Was the plan anyways. And here I am, so I guess I followed through on that.
Still gotta wait a bit longer.
Whoops. One thing I did learn, because with the horse you can call it and have it follow you. The wagon will not follow you. So doing what I did there, shooting one and then going back to the wagon, for example, would have made it despawn if I was too far away. I had it happen once, lost a 3-star. I was really annoyed by that. It's like, I just shot it. Went back to my cart and went out there and it's gone. Less than 2 minutes worth of time total. And now, once you reach a certain distance, it's gone. It's like, well, I'm glad I killed that for no reason, I guess. But it's just one of those things you learn as you go. One cool thing is, once I reached level 11, the efficiency of... You get an efficiency bonus, so perfect carcasses are worth even more. So these are worth 8, over 8 material now. So I mean, that's 4 goods right there for each one of them. Big bonus for filling up that material list, because trying to keep up with that is really difficult to do before you can get some of these bonuses. Alright, there is a bird on top of the church.
Going back to what you said previously about the action, I actually didn't start playing GTA Online for the action. Like, I kind of hate the action. I started playing it because of like the business side of things like that, and I was getting bored of single player, and LSPDFR crashing on me. No, I got really sick of that one night. I was like,
I don't blame you. You've seen my streams with LSPDFR. Look how many times I crash.
Like my copy was like the perfect, as perfect as you can get it for it. I'm like, I shouldn't need to wait to update G5 and then wait like 2 weeks for script hook to update and rage hook to update, and then after that I need to go back and update all my mods.
I'm actually really looking forward to the time when GTA 5 is no longer updated, because then they'll stop messing up Rage Hook and everything else, and it'd be good to go. Look at all the animals here. This is just one of those reasons why, granted I didn't get a single shot off there, but it's so much better to be out here in the desert, because every little bit I can find another herd of animals, where in the Heartlands and stuff, once you fire a shot, you won't find anything until you move on to a different area, pretty much. Where am I going? Whoa. Up here.
Darn, I have 1,020 hours in GTA.
William is lurking. Well, glad you're still here. William, do you have this game? I know you played a lot of GTA Online on your channel, among other games. Scarlet Tongue. Yeah, I'm not going to go out and swim out there to try to get the birds. I think the neighbors got tired of firing off fireworks already. Haven't heard anything for a little while.
I think they were sensing the rays emitting from the light. I'm sure they disrupt disturbance in the forest and they're like, okay, we can't be pushing this no longer.
Yeah, most people around here don't really care too much.
I don't know. Things really do change when you get a shotgun out.
Well, then there's that. Death to Gods. Does the binoculars actually help that much? I've considered buying them, but how much does that cost again? It's amazing how expensive everything is, considering how, like, you loot a body and you get 10 cents or something.
That's weird, because I felt like... That's not inaccurate, 10 cents?
Well, I mean, it makes sense for the time period, but then a wagon was $875 for that hunting wagon.
No, I'm talking about, like, cents. I don't think in this time period, like, they still just use gold or whatever.
Well, and there is gold out there, but... Yeah, there is also dollars, which there would be something, but it would definitely be very little amounts. I mean, before they had gas stations, before they had a need for gas stations.
The dollar was basically the coin, gold coin, for that time period.
Pretty much.
Which doesn't make sense, because it kind of makes it inaccurate in a way, because then, like, why not change it to coin, call it coin, and, like, you know, just put a circle around the dollar sign.
There it is. I have the ability to unlock the binoculars. $450 for a pair of binoculars.
You see, that's where it's ridiculous. I don't care if it's gold plated and has diamonds on it. It's binoculars.
A useful pair of specialized binoculars through which dig sites glow from a great distance. Okay, I can see for that collector roll with how much money you can make on it, that makes sense. And as far as my money, I'm sure someone's probably looking at going, you only have $87. And at this point, that's because I spent quite a bit of money. I had about $1,700 at one point, but bought several. I bought the metal detector, the shovel, the wagon.
Metal detector, really?
Oh yeah, yeah.
This time period.
It's a very interesting looking metal detector, though. I'll show it to you here once I hit the right button. It's basically a lantern that I can only assume it detects like the gravitational pull or something, and it'll cause it to spark, and the light will come on, and yeah, I don't know how it works, but it exists.
No, I'm looking at it right now. No. Really jank on Rockstar's part. I don't like the fact that... Okay.
But that being said, I mean, I can go into... If I needed money for any particular reason, if I go to my collections, I've got 7 of the tarot cards. Well, there's different tarot cards, but 7 of those, 5 of those. And that's of each set. If you were to actually look at what I have of each item, which the best way would be to go to the Madame Nazar and talk to her about it, but...
Madame Nazar?
Yeah, that's the... And which there is reference to that character in GTA, by the way. If you look at
I know, it's
Wildflowers, I've got...
machine in the arcade.
Yeah, 3 of those, 2 of those, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3. I need the blood flower. Really? That's the one I need? Oh. Hold on. I collected... That doesn't sound right. I collected some of those. Oh, I have one of those. But the one I don't have is the Texas one. Did I do the New Year's stuff yet? Let me take a look and see what the New Year stuff is. I've collected some stuff. I've grabbed stuff from the New Year's, you know, like the updates as they come out. But I guess I need to take a look. Rockstar. Take a look at launcher and see what it says. What is the New Year stuff? That would actually be easier. I don't want to miss out on some things. I know I got the what's that?
But like opinions on like how it runs compared to GTA.
I'd say it runs better than GTA, despite the disconnection from Rockstar servers. That still happens in this one. I haven't done much of the daily challenges this time around. Should probably do those. Got one of those so far. I kind of passively do those. I don't... They're really useful, especially for the benefit of the gold. I'm up to 8 days straight, which is actually really surprising because I don't usually get on games that often. But I'm getting 0.3 gold for each of the challenges that I complete. So that's pretty nice. Gotta collect stuff for the new year. I guess I need to take a look at that. Oh, is that the, I think I know what you're talking about. Be under... Roles... You do spend way too much time in the menus in this game. Are you talking about the New Year's collection? Yeah, okay. That's what you're talking about. What do we have for that? I already have the Ace of Wands tarot card. So I need Scotch, Whiskey, Platinum Pocket Watch. Usually get those. So no, I haven't done them yet, but I might as well. I mean, if I get those 3, I can sell it for 65 bucks. That's not bad. Almost level 10 on Collector, which means that'll open up anything that's in this section here, so I can get a crazy looking knotted bandana and the Pioneer mustache. I really don't need a balloonist set of goggles. I do want this, though. The lantern that attaches to the horse. So you don't have to carry the lantern. It'll actually be hooked on there and you can still use a rifle. That I need to get. It's another $350. Of course it is. The Gladewater outfit, I don't really care about that. I already have an offhand holster. And I don't really need the variants to different weapons because they don't change the effectiveness of the weapon. The horse breeds, I do want to consider looking at different horses at some point, but right now I have the Arabian, which is more than adequate. And while I'm using the Wagon, I don't even need that either. The Whiskey's in the Swamp. Thank you for that tip. I will definitely use that before I head to bed tonight. What do we got here?
See, my problem is I feel uncomfortable when I don't have money in my wallet.
Oh, like in the game?
No, like money in real life.
Oh, I always feel uncomfortable if I don't have money. But at the same time, I feel uncomfortable if I have too much with me, so...
No, I feel just right when I have too much with me.
I find that I'm better off if I have it in the bank, because then I don't just spend it just because.
Yeah.
And then I actually have it a little bit longer.
20.
Whoa, stop. Okay. I'm not getting all the perfect ones this time around. Usually I'll be a little more patient and collect the perfect pelts. And especially now that I have that efficiency thing, I really should be doing that. But...
yeah, because I only have like $30.
What's $30?
Oh, wait, no. Sorry, I forgot I had another 20 in my wallet.
Oh, that's a problem. I hate it when I just happen to find more money in my pocket.
I sound like a
Look at that.
really fucking man right now. I'm so sorry. Make that $50.
Hey, there you go. You can afford the game and then some. Maybe the game and some gold.
Actually, my mom owes me money for last week's, and this week's is upcoming, so that's an additional 43.
Making better money than I am.
Really?
No, I'm doing something wrong though.
My mom,
There we go.
it's for doing a bunch of chores and stuff like that. My mom takes it as an opportunity to teach me about money and management.
How's that going?
Pretty great, actually. I'm going on a year down with how long?
Oh no! Damn it! Oh crap! I don't have. No. I've been afraid to find out how this goes. Okay. It's not destroyed. Come on, it's right there. It's still good. No?
It's like GTA, it flips back up.
Oh, this is really not good. I bought this before I could afford the insurance to go with it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, and I can't collect the animals off of it either. Wow. So am I out... Death, you might have a better answer for this. Am I out the $875 because of this?
My bet is you can probably still get on it.
The horse disconnected it, said it was destroyed. So I think I'm screwed. That's... The scenery is nice until there's suddenly a drop. At least on a horse, it'll sometimes try to slow down and avoid it.
I was confused on what you were like worrying about up until I saw the stream.
Oh, no. And I can't move it, so, I mean, there's nothing more I can do with it. Might as well give it a proper burial.
How much does that cart cost again?
$875.
Ooh.
Yeah, not good when now I currently have $86, and that's because I sold like $60 worth of stuff.
You see, I am I look in business for everything. And let me tell you, when as the long-term side, I would never have brought that out there if I didn't have any insurance with it.
Yeah.
I would have left it where it was. How much was the insurance?
It's another 125, so I was still building up to it. That's a good point. I will try to call it and see if that'll help. Oh, it says I still own it, and it's $8. $8 to repair. Okay. In that case, yeah, maybe I don't need the insurance on it. It's $125 for insurance, or it's $8 each time you have to repair it.
Well then, so if you have the insurance on it, why is it free?
Yeah, it repairs it for free.
Well, I feel like long term, like again, business side of me, long term, better to go for the insurance because again, long term, if it gives you more play time or play with it. So.
Oh yeah, if I want to destroy it about, let's see, I can do math. Actually, you're the one that's doing math, so how many times can I destroy it for 125 bucks?
Let's quickly check that. Okay, let's say
8. What is that, like 15 and a half times?
Actually, roughly.
I feel a lot better about that now. I thought that I was out like $1,000 out of that or something.
How much did you say it was?
$125 for the insurance. Or $8 to have it repaired.
125. If you did it 16 times, it'd take you out 128.
Okay. So yeah,
but I feel like the way this game goes, I think you'd actually run through that really, really quick.
Well, that's the first. Well, granted, I just bought it yesterday, so.
And you were in a position in which you did not think it was going to happen.
Yeah. Probably don't have to wait. That's probably true as well. Yeah, I have to wait 2 minutes before I can call it again after the repairs as well, so.
And does the insurance give it to you instantly?
Don't know on that, but it's a good possibility.
And if it does, then you're saving potential time and money. You see, I don't believe in any tarot, whatever the heck stuff, but like my aunt and my mom do. And my aunt was recently reading mine or whatever, like my tree, etc. Some funky dinky stuff. It was pretty accurate on me. And it said I am very good at giving financial advice, but very ungood at taking my own.
You know, sometimes that's actually probably the case for a lot of people. It's always easier to give advice than it is to live it, because you can say it without any repercussion of having to live with your what you just said.
Oh no, because I take my own financial advice pretty good actually, and like there's a lot of people around me that are really bad with their money financially.
I think society kind of encourages you just not to be good with your finances, so it doesn't surprise me. But yeah, I've talked to people who, paycheck to paycheck, they're always short on money. It's like, I can't imagine the amount of stress that they're living with because of that.
My parents did well and taught me well.
And it's interesting with my situation. My family, admittedly, did not handle their finances in a very good way, and there was a lot of consequences because of it. And honestly, I learned from that of what not to do, which helps a lot. Plus, my wife actually, her family did a lot better with theirs, and are in a much better position. So she learned what to do, I learned what not to do, and we're able to kind of put that together, and we're doing all right.
Yeah.
You don't have to make $1 million in order to barely survive, so. I don't make anything close to that, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, no.
Okay, let's try calling this wagon back, because I want to see if Death is right. Death made a good point of hopefully all your stuff is still on it. I hope so. I mean, 3 or 4 carcasses I can live without, but it'd be nice not to have to.
My mom tries to teach me the long term. Everything is always long term.
And for me, if it's real life, I'm definitely a lot more cautious. If it's in a game, I usually am pretty cautious, but if I know that, for example, the collector roll, initially it's going to cost me $800 or whatever, but I can make $2,000 or $3,000 off of it pretty quickly, I can see the reward to that.
Ooh, look at that. What's behind there?
I'm seeing some stuff on the back of this. That's reassuring. Let's take a look at the inventory. As I crash while in the inventory. Yeah, look at that. We got 5 carcasses and a hide. So we did get all of our stuff back for $8 instead of paying the full amount.
What would happen if you got that for free?
I would have saved $8, but I can get more than $8 out of one of those carcasses, so.
$8, potentially 2 minutes.
True. This game is one of those that you can spend a lot of time just wandering aimlessly. Whoa, I can't steer. So, off topic, but in Discord we were talking about the vehicle models and how I've been working on those. I finally have one that I'm getting pretty happy with without feeling like I've messed anything up to a point where I can't fix it. But I haven't put it in the game to find out if it's actually worked.
And I would be more than happy to test out for you, but I don't want to fuck up my GTA copy.
I mean, it seems pretty solid. The only thing I need to do, well, I've made 2 attempts at doing the reflective textures. It hasn't worked. I've had to backtrack and basically take out all of those edits. I have not gotten those right yet. That said, I do have the, what is it, integrity light bar, the Centena push bar with the wraparound on it, and I put some, what are those? The Phoenix light sticks, I think is what they call them, like 100 light sticks, and I've got those like 4 different positions across the, oh crap, whoops, nope. Last thing I need is for this guy to be aggressive. No, don't rest in front of the sign, just teleport. Yeah, we're talking about GTA, LSPDFR mod with the police cars and stuff, that's what I'm talking about there. But, yeah, I mean, it looks pretty solid. If I can get it to work, I would love to see it in game. I still need to create the VCF file for it, for ELS, but it's looking nice. I've never done vehicle models before downloading that trial, so it doesn't surprise me that I still don't have it down.
I am really, like...
What? Whoa! Random pig. Hold on, come back here. Missed it.
Yeah, I don't think
No, I got it.
I have to actually play it when I buy it.
What's that?
I'm thinking about, like, whether to buy it now, whatever, but, like, I don't think I'd be able to play it for the cost of 50% off is still... Well,
Yeah, for me, I felt like if I could get it, because I got it for about $44. I figured if I bought it when I did, which was, what, 2 months ago or something like that? Sometime in November, pretty soon after it came out for PC.
Well, I'll tell you right now, that's not how it goes when it comes to skimming at 4. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, I'm back to being low on stuff here. Let's see.
It'll help my dad skin equally as sized larger animals. That is definitely not how it goes.
Well, I'm glad they don't make it take as long as it would actually take, so I'll take what I can get. Let's see here.
It'd be good to have it like that, but like have it to where like you can upgrade your tools and maybe your skill with it.
There I go. I fell off my horse. Just trying to get him to. Okay, whatever. Death is saying that another thing, upgrade the camp. It helps a lot. I've wondered about that, whether it actually makes that much of a difference. I know that the stew pot would help with boosting my cores and stuff, but beyond that, a lot of it looks like...
That's still monetized.
What's that?
I just saw your horse take a humongous dump.
Oh yeah, well, you know, the high quality stuff on this channel. I mean, it definitely has some benefits, but it's one of those where a lot of it seems to also be cosmetic, and I don't know, like storing extra weapons here for later use. Why is that beneficial? I can carry them all on the horse. as far as I know. So it doesn't make as much sense, but, you know, deluxe fire, campfire, speed up campfire crafting time, provides additional seating. Yeah, I mean, $500 so I can cook a little faster. It's one of those benefit versus reward, or cost versus reward, the time and everything, and how much money I don't have.
Well, alright, let's think about this logically. How long does it take to cook a thing of stew?
The stew, I don't know, but as far as cooking stuff like meat, I can actually cook something up here once I have control of my game.
Well, how long does it generally take to cook anything with that fire, for you at least?
This little fire here, I'll just go ahead and kneel down here real quick and cook something. I should have something in here.
Alright.
Plain game bird, plain pork. Let's go ahead and do a minty pork.
Wait, don't do it yet, don't do it yet.
Oh, whoops. It's already started.
Damn it.
It's okay, I'll have more. But, like, you let it just cook, and it's done.
Okay. Let's do that one more time.
I'll start another one. If I don't touch the buttons at all, it cooks a little bit slower, but you can see it moving across. And then for the other half, I'll go ahead and hold down the button. It cooks it a little faster, and it's done. So, I mean, that's 5 seconds. Less than that. And I can just keep cooking over and over again, so... Would have been done in like a second. Okay, so it would be faster. I don't cook often enough for it to be necessary.
That takes you 14 seconds and 39 milliseconds.
14 seconds?
14 seconds, 39 milliseconds.
That's surprising that it is that long. It didn't actually feel that long. Throw another one on here. And I'll just hold down the button the whole time.
Now imagine how fast it would be if you had it upgraded.
Yeah, I should use the Deadeye more. I don't actually use it a whole lot since it doesn't slow down time.
Interesting.
I'm a lot more relaxed in this game than I probably should be. That's one nice thing about the casual streams is I'm not really stressing about it. There we go. I just made a potent miracle tonic. Oh, and that was enough for another daily challenge. So I got 0.3 gold, and I think I also leveled up because I received another benefit from Rockstar.
What other benefits come with like the deluxe fire or whatever?
Let me back out, take another look at it.
Sorry, but I'm over here crunching numbers.
The deluxe fire also gives you more seating, which is great if you have other people in your posse or something, and everyone wants to sit around the fire and talk. But you can also stand there and talk.
When you have friends, but when you're lonely like me, it doesn't really.
Yeah, I mean, you see how many people I have in my camp right now. I've got beer bottles and stuff. You'd think people would come join. Yeah, new offer from Rockstar. Paint it black. Yeah, and you know, for some reason, I'm a little bit confused because I had Paint it black. I must have changed it out for something else. Because I was using that for a long time. Oh, look at that. 30% off select camp equipment.
I learned something interesting with my new phone the other day. It was pretty weird how I found out about it. It was breakfast, and I was heading to the table, and I was dancing, and suddenly
this is a pretty cool special gift, 1,000 roll XP for all of them.
And I was like, what the heck? And it turns out that if I shake my phone 2 times, it turns on the flashlight for me.
Oh, that's cool. Until you accidentally do it and blind yourself with it.
Actually, no, because it actually needs a little bit of force to turn it on. Like, it has to be like 2 shakes. And it's like pretty forcefully. Like, you'd be surprised how useful that actually is.
Let's see. Some of that is money. I'm not entirely sure some of what is money, but yeah, I know that there's definitely a lot that can be done, and some of these people that are doing the streaming, of course, they can pour money into it, and they can pour a lot more time into it, where they've got great camps and full 7 people in their group and all that kind of stuff. But
it's the most jealous way of going about it I've ever heard. Oh, such a douche.
I mean, I think it's cool that they can do it. I really think it's cool. It's not something that I can do with where I'm at in life, and that's okay.
Oh, don't go like that.
Oh,
No,
sometimes
okay.
benefit gives you money. Yeah, I have seen that, and I actually got quite a bit recently from that. Right before I bought the wagon. What happened? Oh, I'm back.
You know, I was just thinking, it's been years now since I slept with 4 walls around me.
Oh, what's the thing you struggle with most in this game?
Besides staying on my horse.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. We can do... Actually, resupply mission here gives you a lot more experience, so we'll do that first.
You know, the chemicals I use for the tanning, after a few hours, the effects are rather pleasant. Definitely a perk of the trade. Anyway,
I guess it's just constantly trying to build up your not only your dollars, but your premium currency, like the gold. Trying to keep that moving forward and building that up, which is probably what you would excel at since you really enjoyed the business side of GTA Online. So, I think you'd enjoy
that. Are you sponsored, man? Like,
me?
You're really trying to plug. Yeah, you're really trying to get me into this. You're really plugging it hard.
Look at who I'm standing around here. I've got Crips over there in the corner trying to get me to buy stuff. Other than that, I have no one else to talk to out here.
Man, you know, unless someone throws a few more extra dollars in my...
Death, as far as, yeah, some of the different benefits, I'll show you. I still have a lot of mine. I've used the ones that I've wanted to, but I've got 30% off on the camps, some coats, vests, horses, shotguns, select offhand holsters, clear bounties, honor changes. I've got a couple of those, stable stalls, even mash refills for the moonshine. I still have all of those left because I don't have a need for those. The others I have already used. They do offer a lot of freebies, which is kind of nice. Each time I've logged in, there's something new I can receive, which is cool. I mean, it's an incentive to keep going. Chris, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. Surprised you're up so late, but Happy New Year. I guess Happy New Year is probably the reason. Oh, stop climbing the hillside. Oh, there it goes. The horse is drunk. Horse got into the Diet Coke stash.
I never actually told you what exactly I'm writing.
What's that?
I never actually told you what subject I'm actually writing like what topic my honors product is for.
Nope, you didn't.
Pretty weird. I guess like breaking barriers is like the thing. It's like, oh, what thing in history, you know, it's breaking a barrier where like it's gotta be 6 pages long. And I went for timeline based and everything like that, and it's the Christianity and the Roman Empire. And I went back all the way till day 1 to like the Immaculate Conception of the Virgin Mary. And now I finished the that aspect where I was building how Christianity came to be part. And actually the Immaculate Conception started at 00 AD. And final build of like what Christianity is or whatever. Enemies at about, where is it? Yeah. So 33 AD. Jesus sends his followers to preach.
Sorry, just a second here. Death, I got a question for you. Because every time I try to hunt and I get an animal like this where you want to put it out of its misery, but even if I shoot it in the head or try to use the knife, it damages the pelt or the carcass. I'm not sure how I can do that without letting it just die, which of course that's not very... I mean, that's pretty cruel to the animal, but it doesn't seem to let me just stab it. I've tried cutting the throat or something when you grab them, and you can do that. At least that way you could end it. But no, it just kind of swipes at it, and then it's a 1-star pelt instead of a 3-star. Not figured that one out yet, so if you have any thoughts on that, I'd be more than happy to know. And I'm sure anyone else that does watch this, but maybe days later or something, might be curious about the same thing. Okay, that's all I had.
I don't know. Oh, I just see it as ones and zeros. That's all I see. Very cool way. Animal activists be coming to torture me. Yeah.
I can definitely say I don't miss doing papers and projects like that, because, I don't know, I don't have a good reason. I just don't miss
My
it.
work. I'm about to go to page 5. My word count so far is 1,282.
Well, making good progress on it. And you said that was for honors, right?
Yeah, I hate it. I have the opportunity to drop the class, so I'm gonna never.
Oh, here we go. Steal the chemical wagon. So it's one that I can't shoot at, and I don't want them to shoot at me while I'm on it.
It's weird. Like so long. Like the persecute. Have you ever heard of the persecution of Christians in the Roman Empire?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that dated from around 64 AD to 313 AD. Off and on type thing.
One of those things that never actually really went away, but there was a lull.
Do you want to hear what I have on it?
Sure.
Get ready for history lesson, boys. Really up.
Sounds like one of your poem readings.
No, thank you. 64 AD to 313 AD. Persecution of the Christians. During the time of the massive fire that broke out in Rome and destroyed much of the city, rumors spread that Emperor Nero was the one who started them. It is said that perhaps to divert attention from him, he ordered Christians to be rounded up and killed. Some had been torn apart by dogs, and others had been burnt alive. Although this was not entirely consistent at this happening, sorry, I completely read that wrong, entirely consistent as this happened sporadically, it was often up to the local governors and how much they pursued the prosecution of Christians. There was never a specific reason in why they prosecuted Christians. Some assumptions against Christians include things such as incest and cannibalism. This may be due to the rites which Christians celebrated in necessary secrecy, being a gap, the love feast, as well as the Incernus, I can never pronounce that correctly, partaking of the body and blood of Christ. Pagans might have been the most suspicious of Christians due to the refusal to sacrifice to the Roman gods. This was seen as an insult to the gods and was thought to endanger the empire. Christians also refused to offer sacrifice to the emperor. This gave a whiff of sacrilege and treason.
A lot of, oh no.
And I cut a misspelling in there already.
Oh, that's one of the benefits. A little bit of proofreading.
Yep. Spell Christian wrong.
What? Oh, witness.
And thought. I put though.
I got reported on a crime for animal cruelty while they were attacking me. I'm not sure that means what they think it means. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? There he is.
I'm going to shoot you dead, you motherless bastard!
That's not very nice. Oh. Okay, let's keep going. These kinds of missions where you're protecting something that's susceptible to gunfire is not exactly the most exciting thing you can be doing. And now I've got the law after me. As well as the bad guys.
So what's your opinions on it?
On your paper?
On that little section.
Well, it sounded like...
Whatever.
Yeah, it sounds like it covers the topic and kind of cites some of the different... Whoops. Oh, hell. Missed my turn. It's not like driving a car where I can easily get back around, or a horse. Because I can't make it up that hillside. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's written well. It sounds like it should cover what your topic is, and I'm guessing that's just a small part of the overall project.
Oh yeah, that is,
oh man.
yeah, I got everything here. And like probably whenever I post my work in Discord, I make it seem a lot easier than it really is.
It's amazing how that works. You put all the time and effort into it, and then that was the end of it. No, there was more to it than that. Oh. So I just moved my mouse from right to left and bumped it into the keyboard and fired off a shot.
Yeah.
This camp location is awful.
Are you being hunted?
Yeah. So the people I stole it from are hunting for me, and... Okay, now it's just them. But the law was after me earlier, too, because of... they... Apparently, while I was fighting them off, I ended up hitting one of the horses, and that got me in trouble. Well, this doesn't look right. Oh, I may lose this because I am not on the right hillside. Oh, that worked.
Last thing you'll see is my spit in your eye.
I hate these timed things. If it wasn't timed, I can get it. I can make it work. If it's timed, then I lose just because they're not happy with it. Oh, and he shot up the tanker, so it's pretty much gone. It's gone. That's crap.
What was in it?
I don't know, some chemicals for the process of creating the materials in the camp there, but so I would have been able to continue making product and everything, but because that exploded, I'd have to restart whatever mission. I can tell I'm starting to get tired.
Yeah. I'm so close with this. I want to taste page 5. That sounds so weird.
Let's take a bite out of it.
Under particular and prescription with live one.
I'm really tempted, and I know this is a bad idea, because I'm sure I'm going to want to do something. Well, actually, I know I've got a couple different things with family I need to do tomorrow, but I'm really tempted at the end of this stream to start up the laptop and work on that car again, since I've only got a couple days left of it. I'd like to at least have one finished product before I have to actually pay for it.
I say you invest the
Supplies are
$5.
starting to run low, just so
Just
you know.
like get it finished and see if you actually like and if it's there and then you like that and you manage to actually get a finished product out of it. If you want to go for a year, you go do that. If you don't do it.
Yeah, what was it, like 30, 40? I don't remember how much it was for...
Man, you should have asked for that for Christmas, dog. Come on.
Hey, I mean, it was out there.
Bro, your waifu would have been like, I got you, sweetie.
No, I don't think so.
Really?
The issue, it's not the idea of doing it. She's fine with that, but it's the amount of time that goes into doing that is taken away from the time that I should be doing other things, whether it's spending time with family or getting stuff done or whatever that happens to be. I mean, if I, like, even tonight, I'm spending a fair amount of time on here. We've been on here for about an hour and 20 minutes, and I should be sleeping.
You know, but what is she gonna do? Stalk you in your sleep? Like, there's not much action that goes on when you're sleeping. There's some snoring, and then there's some battle to see who gets more turf on the bed.
That sounds about right. It's okay, the 3-month-old takes up some space as well. But I think part of the issue there is, instead of being rested up so I can be helpful in the morning, while she's wrestling with him overnight, I'm doing this. So I mean, I can't argue because logically it makes sense to be rested. And it's so long. I mean, you could go back and forth on that topic.
Hey, what are we arguing here? I'm ready. I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I'm good.
What side am I arguing?
That said, it makes for a great hobby, and I think one of the things that I'd like to do is, in the 15-day trial that it had, granted I couldn't spend every day on it, but I'd like to see a finished product. I know there's always tweaks you could do to make it better, but I'd like to see what I can actually do with it, and see if it's worth the extra effort to make one, when I already do skins, and I know some awesome people that make vehicle models. Biscuit's one of them that's in the Discord. Jay Sutton.
I saw him. I'm not gonna lie. I saw him. He invited me to his Discord, and I streaming in front of his cars, and I was critiquing him the whole way through it. Cause man, like Biscuit, if you're watching this, I love you. Okay, but man, I was there, and we were talking, and I was like, dude, no, you can't do that. You can't do it. No. And constantly correcting him. I was like, why are you doing this when you can just, like, for example, copy that, do it, and like it's the same thing over here, and why are you doing that? This is like maybe, I believe, one time where he was correct.
See, and I was like, I found that the controls actually make it very difficult to do what seems like it should be very simple. Copying something, copying, pasting, and flipping, not as easy as it sounds. At least from what I've found so far. I've tried it. The textures don't come out right. It's weird.
I did it too, bro. Like, you're forgetting this.
You did? That's right. You did some vehicle models, didn't you?
Oh no, I'm talking about skinning.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, because it's the vehicle models that I'm talking about. Like with skins, I find copy, paste, and flip to be super easy. But with that Z modeler, it's like pulling teeth. You do it and things like you try to grab more than one item and drag it across to move it, and they start to separate. You flip them and the emissives are facing the wrong direction, and it's like 10 button pushes just to get it to do a flip is unnecessary. Yeah, no. I feel like the program is just more difficult.
Yeah, no, I'm critiquing his skin making, not his vehicle making, okay.
Well, and in talking with him, I know that making skins just drives him crazy anyways, so...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, like, oof. Like, it was hilarious. Like, I accidentally pointed it out, but he was about to, like, do, like, copy what he did on the one side of a car. And I kind of gave it away to him, even though I was kind of hoping to be like, how long will it take till he realizes he can just copy the stuff he can copy on there and paste it? How long? And I gave it away to him. He's like, oh yeah, you're right. It was funny watching him, his skin process. I mean, it was kind of sloppy, but it was like good sloppy, I guess. That's not really bad.
It ends up with the result you're looking for, but otherwise it's a rough process to get there. Yeah, I've found that I still find myself doing things and going, actually there's a better way I can do that, and then the next time around I just do it the right way, and it doesn't even really occur to me. But
I'm very consistent with how I do my products.
I like trying different things out. Like you were talking about, one of the things you wanted to see was the gradient. Being able to go from like black to white or something and have it go across the car. Doing that kind of stuff is cool to have. I mean, just knowing how to do it helps for the future.
What do you mean gradient?
What's that?
I remember asking about that.
Well, you're talking about like having the color fade.
Oh, fading color. Yeah, yeah. I just didn't know what tool to use for them. I didn't know.
And there's a couple different ways that I've found works with that. You can either have it go from one color to the other, or have it go from color to just completely transparent, and then that one color will fade out to absolutely nothing, and that works out pretty well.
But yeah, watching it work was pretty funny, because I'm very consistent on how I do myself. I like to plan out, like whatever, if I'm doing a real livery, or like based on a real livery, I'll put out the livery and I'll be like, because I have a certain way of doing stuff. And I was trying to show this with Biscuit.
Because what he did was he didn't start with the first layer being the main color. He did it like side by side. If that makes any sense. I was like, dude, you can just add a layer, move it to the bottom, very bottom, or like on top of the template layer, and then color it, and then you have the whole thing colored. Also, I know this part's down to personal preference, but he did what you do, at least that one stream that I watched, and he has it to where it's transparent, so like you can kind of see it. I don't do that. The way I do is I have the template, and then I add the layer, and I add the color, and I add the next layer, and then the next layer is generally text, and then the next layer is assets like sheriff's badges and all that stuff for one side, and then the next one is asset for the other side of the car. Next one is back, and then the next one is the front of the car.
Makes sense. And
I don't label them at all.
And for me, if I don't label them, it drives me crazy because I get partway through and I look back at it and go, okay, I just need to stop and start labeling everything.
No, I just leave it how it is. Because the way I do it is I just click and see what works.
Yeah,
it's the only part.
I think for me, I also, especially if I'm trying to do it as a video where people are watching it, I like to have it labeled. Although
yeah, that's useful.
The whatever those are, speed arts, it didn't capture the tables like the tools and such, so it didn't really help there either. But so I'm gonna go ahead and log off. It's now about almost 1:30, so I'm gonna head out. But thanks for hanging out.
Anytime, man.
And we'll try to make a little more progress. I'm level 36 now, or rank 36 with the Outlaw Pass at 47. This goes up to 100, so that's all those pages of stuff I can unlock. But I mean, we're making some progress. It'll be fun to play this with other people, though. Playing by myself, just kind of, it's just not nearly as entertaining.
It's not like GTA 5 where it's like, oh, you can go up to level 1000.
Well, the ranks will go higher, but the Outlaw Pass only goes up to 100.
I see.
Let's see if I can find other players to see as an example here. There's a 337, 186. So you can definitely just, your rank can go up really high. But
what is that on your eye?
It's an odd form of an eye patch.
What? Oh, that looks like a square. Honestly, it looks like a texture's missing from your character.
It does kind of look that way, but it is actually an eye patch. If I go into this, well, I mean, it's supposed to be an eye patch. Where do I find
Don't judge me on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd have to go into my wardrobe, which should be right over here. I do like the dual-wielding shotguns here. They do a pretty good job.
I'm tempted.
Oh, I just lit the cactus on fire in my camp. That's probably not good.
I'm very sporadic with my decisions.
But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. But thanks again, and have a good one. Happy New Year's. I'll see you guys later.
Yep, you have a good one. Bye.
Bye. Alright guys, thank you again. Have a good one, and I will see you guys soon. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a while. And hopefully we'll have a good active stream the next time around, where we are... I'm hoping to get back into some LSPDFR, especially if I can get that vehicle model going. Maybe we'll showcase that. So let's go ahead and head out, and I'll see you soon.